Back at X Stadium on the campus of Wichita State University, it's Hayes Larks baseball tonight from the 89th National Baseball Congress World Series. The Larks taking on the five-tool Kraken out of Dallas, Texas. The Larks are 2-1, finished runner-up in Pool D play. The Kraken are 1-2, and they finished in third in Pool B play. 2 games in the books from earlier today. Our first game at noon, Lonestar baseball, thanks to a 12-run top of the 9th inning, knocked off Arlington Baptist 19-3. They advance on. They'll play the Hutchinson Monarchs, who won the Larks Pool D. That'll be at noon tomorrow. And the game just completed prior to this one, a Rocky Mountain Baseball League showdown. The Denver Cougars fell behind 4-1 after 2, but they rally back and knock off the Liberal BJ 6-5. So Denver will now get the defending champion Santa Barbara Foresters in the 3 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon. Winner of this will play the Kansas Cannons out of the Jayhawk Collegiate League. That'll be the feature game tomorrow night at 6. And then the late game tonight, the Great Bend Batcats out of the Jayhawk Collegiate League. They'll take on the Seattle Blackfins, the team the Larks beat last night. That's the 8:30 game. And the winner of that one will play the Seattle Studs in the late game again tomorrow night. Let's go ahead and run down the starting lineups. The Larks will be the home team once again. So here's the lineup for the five-tool Kraken out of Dallas. They're 1-2 in pool play, and they'll go like this. Julian Gonzalez will lead off. He's the designated hitter. Chase Penley will be the shortstop and bats second. Batting third and playing third base is Josh Livingston. Cade Tucker is the first baseman. He'll bat eighth. He'll bat fourth, I should say. Batting fifth and playing second base, Case Pettis. Preston Curtis is the center fielder, batting sixth. Batting seventh, playing left field, Ashton Wong. Roe Forrest will be in right field, hitting eighth. And batting ninth and catching is Caden Mitchell. Justin Webster will get the nod for the Kraken. He pitched the other day against Santa Barbara and took the loss. Larks lineup will go like this. Trent Baker leads off and plays center. Damian Ruiz will be in right field batting second. Lenny Ashby, the left fielder, bats third. Batting fourth, playing third base, Tyler LaRue. John Sicoli is at first base. He'll bat fifth. Hitting sixth, designated hitter, Garrett Gruel. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, is Austin Jaslov. Catching and batting eighth, Peyton Ebbing. And batting ninth and playing second base, Luis Garcia. Pitching tonight will be Ben Livingston, making his Larks debut for this season. He was on the team a year ago. He'll make his first appearance of the year tonight. There you have it, tonight's starting lineups. We've got the first pitch next on 96.9 KFIX. Okay, we're getting ready for the anthem, so we'll be
here to sing our national anthem tonight. Please say welcome, Molly Beagle.
defend our national anthem here from X Stadium and Tyler Field on the campus of Wichita State University. The color guard on the field for the anthem, First Responders Night, members of the fire department, EMS, and more from the city of Wichita, bringing in the colors, now making their way off the infield for the feature game here tonight. It is day number 7 here at the NBC World Series. So the color guard making their way off. The Larks will be in the third base dugout for this one tonight. The Kraken will be along the third base dugout. They'll be in their purple uniforms, purple jerseys, white pants, and the light aqua blue numbers on the back. Larks will have their blue jerseys with the gray road pants with the white sleeves for their uniforms. Everybody standing at attention as the color guard continues to make their way off the field, working their way down the right field line. As they make their way off the field, we're about ready for baseball here tonight. We're going to be about 30 or so minutes behind schedule. Not quite as bad as last night. The first 2 games didn't take quite as long, so you hear the crowd. The color guard has made their way off the field, and we are ready for baseball. Again, here are the starters. The Kraken, they did make a lineup change right before the first pitch. They switched to around Cade Tucker batting cleanup. He was originally slated to bat in the number 6 slot. He's batting in the number 4 slot now, and Preston Curtis, who occupied that spot, he'll drop down to the 6 hole. So it's Julian Gonzalez, the DH, batting first. Chase Penley, the shortstop, batting second. Josh Livingston, the third baseman, batting third. Cade Tucker will be the first baseman. He'll bat fourth. Cade Pettis will be at second base, batting fifth. Hitting sixth and playing center field, Preston Curtis. Ashton Wong is in left field, batting seventh. Batting eighth, playing right field, Roe Forrest. Batting ninth and playing catcher, Caden Mitchell, with Justin Webster pitching. The Larks have Trent Baker in center, Damian Ruiz in right, Lenny Ashby in left, Tyler LaRue at third, John Sicoli at first, Gruel the designated hitter, Ashton Chaslove at short, Peyton Ebbing catching, Luis Garcia at second, and Ben Livingston on the mound. Umpires for tonight's game, Lance Vaughn behind home plate, Jeff Spisak, who was honored before the game as the umpire of the year here at the NBC. He'll be the first base umpire, and Josh Shepis, who was behind the home plate area for the Larks game last night, he'll be at third base tonight. There you have it, starters and the lineups. Let's squeeze in 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Larks Baseball. Well, with our producer and engineer, Rachel Fox and Tyler Boomer, Gerard Walbrock with you from X Stadium. We are also a part of the YouTube video stream from the NBC World Series, courtesy of BC TV, Butler Creative. Glad to be a part of the broadcast being streamed on YouTube through the NBC World Series. Glad to have everybody a part of that one, along with our Hayes Larks radio call tonight from the NBC. This is Gerard Walbrock, and it's my pleasure to be with you this evening as we begin bracket play day 7 here at the NBC, and it's win in advance, lose, and go home from this point forward. And a little bit more pressure. Every pitch seems to mean a little bit more as teams try to advance on to the quarterfinals tomorrow. The Kansas Cannons, the Hutchinson Monarchs, the Santa Barbara Foresters, and the Seattle Studs were all pool winners, so they had byes. Everybody else who advanced on, the second and third place teams in each pool, play today. 2 games in the books. Lonestar Baseball, they advanced with a 19-3 victory over Arlington Baptist. And just prior to this one, the Denver Cougars knocked off the Liberal BJs 6-5. And first pitch from the Larks starter Ben Baker Livingston plunks the batter, so Julian Gonzalez aboard. So not the start that the Larks were certainly looking for, as Ben Baker Livingston gets the nod for the Larks, making his Larks debut here this evening. No stranger to the organization, pitched for them a year ago, and there's a called strike to Chase Penley, 0-1. Ben Baker Livingston, a right-hander, 6'2", 185 out of Richardson, Texas. Plays at the University of New Mexico, brings home an off-speed pitch that Penley swings at and misses, and the count is 0-2. Ben Baker Livingston pitched in the national semifinal game here a year ago against the Liberal BJs, in which the Larks won 6-2. He went 5 2/3. Did not get the win in that game. Now a pitch missing for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits with 3 strikeouts and a couple of walks. A no decision in that Larks victory, which moved them to the championship. Swing and a miss by Penley, and he's out number 1 for the Kraken. So Penley goes down swinging. There's 1 away, and here's Josh Livingston. Ben Baker Livingston a year ago for the Larks, 32 innings, had a 5-1 record, made 8 starts, 11 overall appearances, and a 3.09 earned run average. He's played the last 2 seasons at New Mexico, made 4 starts, 10 appearances this past spring. There's a ball to Josh Livingston. Livingston making his NBC debut for the Kraken. He's out of Prosper, Texas. Attended Crowder College, 31 games, hit .250 with 9 homers and 26 driven in up there from the left side. And takes a strike, 1-1. 19-year-old headed to Wichita State up there from the left side, 6 feet and 215. Takes a slider away at 76, and the count 2-1 to Josh Livingston. Ben Baker Livingston tied for the Larks lead in starts and wins a year ago, going 5-1. And a strike caught on the outside corner, and the count is 2-2. Josh Livingston thought that pitch was a little bit outside. He turned and looked back at home plate umpire Lance Vaughn. The pitching mound just in the shadow, so all shadows from the pitcher's hand to home plate. That one off-speed pitch just misses away, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ben Baker Livingston had an internship this summer. That's why he didn't come back to play for the Larks, but told manager Frank Leo, if something comes up late in the year, I'd love to help. There's strike 3 called. Josh Livingston thought it was ball 4. He was ready to flip the bat and head to first. Instead, it's back-to-back strikeouts for Ben Baker Livingston, and now a runner at first and 2 away for Cade Tucker. Tucker from Crum, Texas. Arkansas State product, 6'3" and 210. He's now played in all 4 games for the Kraken, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Tucker 1 for 4 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored yesterday against Great Bend. Pitch just outside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Tucker. Julian Gonzalez hit by the first pitch of the game. He's at first, but then back-to-back strikeouts to Chase Penley and Josh Livingston for Lark starter Ben Baker Livingston. He brings home a pitch way outside. 2-1. I'd figure the control could be a bit of a problem, at least early on, for Ben Baker Livingston until he gets comfortable again. He's been pitching bullpens throughout the summer, but first time in a game since this spring. There's a ground ball to first, but it's going to roll foul. And the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Tucker. This 5-tool Kraken squad lost 10-0 in 6 innings on Friday to Santa Barbara. Beat Sandlot, Tulsa 11-9 on Sunday, and then lost that crazy 17-8 game last night to Great Bend. There's a ball. And the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cade Tucker. We're in the top of the first. Kraken have a runner aboard, but 2 outs, no score. There goes the runner from first, and there is strike 3 called. And again, the batter looks back at the home plate umpire, Lance Vaughn, not liking the call, but it's 3 straight strikeouts for Ben Baker Livingston. 1 aboard, 1 left. We played a half inning here at X Stadium. The Kraken nothing. The Larks coming up. You're listening to Hayes Larks Baseball from the 89th NBC World Series on 96.9 KFIX.
Okay, Charles, one bill forecasting tool.
Thanks, Cheryl.
You want any weekly usage reports with that?
Oh, that sounds tempting.
It's on the house.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better. Oh, Cheryl, before I forget, can I get the mobile app to go?
Yeah, you got it.
How do you take your energy? With Evergy, you choose from our new tools and options built to work for you.
What did he order?
Evergy, the utility company.
Kraken get a batter aboard, but can't advance him past first. We go to the bottom half of inning number one. Beautiful night here at X Stadium. Weather's been very comfortable throughout much of the tournament after the high heat that moved through the area the week prior. So everybody, a sigh of relief for that. 85 degrees right now and very little wind. In fact, the flagpole out in right field limp. So the Larks come to bat in the home half of the first inning. It'll be Trent Baker, Damian Ruiz, and Lenny Ashby. Baker having a great tournament, hitting .400, 4 for 10 as he stands up there from the right side. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Justin Webster getting the start tonight for 5-tool. And a 85-mile-an-hour fastball, a little bit up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trent Baker. Baker out of Spring, Texas, Houston Christian. A triple, a double, 3 driven in. He's walked 3 times so far at the NBC. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. 0 for 2 yesterday. And he takes a slider away, and the count evens now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webster made the start in that 10-0 loss to Santa Barbara. Misses with another breaking pitch away. Now the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Trent Baker, playing in his 43rd game for the Larks tonight. Larks in their blue, Kraken in purple jerseys. There's a grounder, a chopper to the shortstop. Third baseman's going to cut it off. The throw is low, but a nice dig by the first baseman, Cade Tucker. And Trent Baker retired for out number 1. Not hit that hard, and the third baseman had the better angle plus the momentum carrying him toward first base. So made a good decision to cut it off in front of Pendley, the shortstop, and record out number 1. Damian Ruiz, the batter now for the Larks. Ruiz, the right fielder, hitting .374 on the season. He's 4 for 9 with an RBI and 4 walks here at the NBC. And there's a strike, 0-1. 13 doubles, 3 home runs, 34 RBI for Ruiz this season. Went 3 for 3 with a sacrifice, an RBI, and 3 runs scored last night in that win over Seattle. Takes a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. We've mentioned it throughout the tournament. Ruiz has scored the most runs this season in a Larks season ever. We're talking 77 years of Larks baseball. There's a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. .67 runs scored, takes a strike and a count now 2-2 to Damian Ruiz. 41 steals for Ruiz. So great speed up there from the right side. Freshman from Livingston, Texas. goes to Houston Christian. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball going to miss low, and now a full count, 3-2. So each of the first two batters for the Larks have gone to a 3-2 count. Webster 2 2/3 and took the loss against Santa Barbara. 4 earned runs on 5 hits, and there's ball 4. So Ruiz walks. 1 on, 1 out for Lenny Ashby. So Ruiz will more than likely be trying to run here, although he was thrown out against Hutchinson. First time all summer that he'd been thrown out. His 41 steals, also a Larks single season record. Not a real big lead, but he usually doesn't need one. Webster will glance that way. First pitch is home, and it's in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Lenny Ashby. Lenny's hit safely in all 7 of his 8 games as a Lark. A 7-game hit streak. He is 3 for 10 here at the NBC World Series. It's a soft toss over to first, and Ruiz back safely. Cade Tucker at first, Case Pettis at second, Chase Penley at short, and Josh Livingston, the third baseman for the Kraken. Cade Mitchell catching tonight. Ashton Wong in left, Preston Curtis in center, and Roe Forrest in right. There's a big swing and a miss. And a count 0-2 now to Lenny Ashby. Ashby homered on Sunday, and the Larks went over the GPS Legends out of Texas. Behind here 0-2, and the left-hander hits one right up the middle. Could be a tailor-made double play. Shortstop grabs it, touches the bag at second, and then Penley throws on to first for the double play. So that's the first double play the Kraken have turned here at the NBC, and it gets them out of the bottom of the first inning. Each team has had a runner. Larks do not strand anybody because of the inning-ending double play. We played one here at X Stadium. No score between the Larks and Kraken on the 89th NBC World Series, powered by Evergy.
In Kansas, the oil and gas business is often a family business that can span generations.
We're a 4-generation Kansas oil family.
Oil and gas revenue supports our ranching and farming operations through good years and bad.
We work together as good stewards of the land.
You might be surprised to know there hasn't been one drop of groundwater pollution from hydraulic fracturing in Kansas over the past 40 years. Get the facts about Kansas oil and natural gas.
Oil and natural gas keeps this Kansas family
strong.
No score here at X Stadium, Tyler Field on the Wichita State campus, NBC World Series. Glad to have you aboard here tonight as the Larks take on 5-tool Kraken. These two teams played 1 year ago. Larks won it 6-1. And a fastball from Ben Baker Livingston to Case Pettis is high for ball 1. Case Pettis 2 for 9 here in the NBC, making his 4th start. Backs up and away of a pitch up and in, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Pettis from Prosper, Texas, Dyersburg State Community College. And backs away again, pitch up and in, and now it's 3-0. So Ben Baker Livingston hit the first batter of the game, but got 3 strikeouts to get out of it in the first inning, and now in danger of giving a free pass to Pettis. He's behind 3-0. They're up 2-1. They called one of those a strike, my bad. Now it's, okay, it was ball 4. Scoreboard had it at 2-1. It was 3-0, and indeed a 4-pitch walk, so Case Pettis is aboard. So each starting pitcher has yielded a walk, and now Preston Curtis will be the batter. Curtis 5 for 8, a couple of doubles, a home run, and 2 RBI here at the NBC. So he's been a tough out for everybody. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it back and away for strike 1. Curtis from Flower Mound, Texas. third best batting average here at the NBC. Went to Carl Albert State, played in 54 games, hit .422. Takes a slider away for a ball and a count 1-1. 23 homers, 78 RBIs. He's headed to Central Arkansas. Up there from the right side, one on, nobody out, top of the second. First day of bracket play. And there's a hard hit ball that'll find its way into left field. He split the shortstop and third baseman. Big turn at third, or at second, and out at third base is going to be Case Pettis. So the Kraken aggressive on the bases. Pettis tried to go from first to third on a ground ball to left, and he was thrown out by Lenny Ashby. So one away, and that'll bring up Ashton Wong. Boy, it's early, and kind of wonder about that. The ball was right in the play right in front of Ashby, and got the runner out fairly handily. There's a pitch outside to Wong, strike one. Ashton Wong up there from the left side. He's 2 for 5. Couple of runs scored. He's driven in one. He's walked 3 times. Has also been hit by a pitch. There's a big swing and a miss. Went after an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Wong out of Frisco, Texas. Paris Junior College. Played at East Tennessee State this past season. Didn't play, but was on the roster. There's a strike. And the count is 1-2. Fastball at 87, clipping the outside edge. Top of the second on a sunny evening here at X Stadium. Boy, the sun really gave the outfielders and the infielders some troubles in that Denver Liberal game. Pitches up for a ball, 2-2. Shadow right now mainly right at the pitcher's mound. I mean, literally right on the rubber. The batter is in sunlight. The pitcher starts out in sunlight, then it's shade until the very end when the ball pops out of the sun. There's a ball and a count 3-2. First base line shaded, the other 2 bags in the sun. Here's a 3-2. Fastball away for ball 4, and that's the second walk of the inning. And boy, that out at third base looking even larger now. The bases would be loaded with nobody out. Instead, first and second and 1 out for the Kraken. Kraken fell behind 4-0 in the first inning in their opener against Santa Barbara. Also committed 4 errors in that game. They overcame a 7-run fourth inning against Sandlot. Came back to win that one 11-9. There's a pitch fouled off by Roe Forrest for strike 1. Forrest playing in his 4th game, his 3rd start. He's still looking for his first hit, 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. Another left-hander. 5 lefties in the lineup against Ben Baker Livingston. Swings and misses. 79-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch, and the count is now 0-2 to Roe Forrest. Cisco Community College product. Actually played at Odessa College. Swings and misses at another changeup, and he's down on 3 pitches. So 4 strikeouts for Ben Baker Livingston. And now first and second and 2 away for the Kraken here in inning number 2. Number 9 hitter, Caden Mitchell, will come to the bat. 1 for 11 with a walk and a run scored. Another lefty. Mitchell from McLennan Community College. And there's a strike, 0-1. So a leadoff walk to Pettis, and then Preston Curtis singled to left. And Curtis tried to go from first to third and was gunned down at third base. That's a key play in this game. There's a pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. Had he held at second, the next batter, Ashton Wong, walked. It would have been bases loaded, nobody out. Instead, a runner at first, then first and second, then the strikeout of Forrest, and there's the called strike, and now it's 1-2. So this inning could be completely different. But Ben Baker Livingston not going to complain. No score, top of inning number 2. The 1-2 pitch, fastball is high. That was at 89. And the count evens 2-2. Good group of Larks fans here again tonight. They're over by the third base dugout. Seated in the blue seats, down now shaded with the sun starting to set off to the west. Here comes the 2-2, a breaking ball away. And another full count, 3-2. Fourth full count here in the first 2 innings for Ben Baker Livingston. Look back to second. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 4. So that's 3 walks for Ben Baker Livingston. And again, he has not pitched in a game this year. So now the bases are loaded with 2 away, and it's the top of the order. Julian Gonzalez, who was hit by a pitch, the very first pitch of the game. Gonzalez 3 for 13 here at the NBC. 1 double, 3 RBIs, couple of runs scored, a chance to get the Kraken on the board here in the second. And he takes a strike, an off-speed offering, 0-1. Lance Vaughn, our home plate umpire, Jeff Spisak on first, and Josh Shepis at third. Veteran crew here at the NBC. Here's the 0-1. Off-speed strike on the outside corner. The off-speed stuff has been working so far for Ben Baker Livingston. No balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the second. There's a foul ball back into the seats. And the count remains 0-2 on Julian Gonzalez, Southwest Ranches, Florida. Dyersburg State Community College. Played in 49 games, 265 average this spring. 4 homers and 32 driven in. Here comes the 0-2. Just upstairs. Fastball at 88. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Here comes the 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him to chase a slider away. And it's 5 strikeouts in the ball game for Ben Baker Livingston. He fans 2 in the second, and the Kraken leave the bases loaded. They've stranded 4 through the first 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second here at X Stadium. Larks and Kraken scoreless. Listening to Larks baseball for the 89th NBC World Series.
As general manager of Mel Hamilton Ford for 11 years, I know what customers are looking for. Great service with certified technicians, a great sales experience with plenty of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, parts and other gear to take care of all your racing needs. So when you decide who you want to do business with, choose us, Mel Hamilton Ford, and experience the difference. Hey, you know what I'm always asking myself? Is work supposed to be this much fun?
Well, 5-Tool had a great opportunity in the top of the second inning. They loaded the bases, and we'll see if we look back at that base running by Cade Pettis, who led off the inning with a walk. He tried to go to third on a base hit in the left field and was thrown out at third base pretty easily. Totally changed the complexion of the inning. Kraken eventually loaded the bases but couldn't get anybody in. Larks were retired. I guess faced the minimum. They did have a walk, but a double play in the first. It'll be LaRue, Sicoli, and Gruel. And the pitch, did it hit him? It did. It hit Tyler LaRue. So each team has had a batter hit by a pitch. And Tyler LaRue had a big night last night, driving in 4 as aboard for the first time tonight. I'll bring up John Sicoli. Sicoli looking for his first hit, 0 for 10. He's walked 4 times, struck out twice. Sicoli up there from the left side. Takes the ball, 1-0. Sicoli out of Tyler, Texas. A lot of Texans on this Larks roster, facing the team from the Dallas area. Pitches upstairs from Webster. 2 balls, no strikes. Larks tied for 4th in runs scored through pool play here at the NBC. Tied for 5th in doubles. And tied for 2nd in walks. There's a called strike. The count 2-1. They have drawn 24 walks through their first 3 games. They have 1 walk tonight. Runner at first, nobody out. No score. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Pitches upstairs from Webster. Now it's 3-1. So he's gone to 3 balls. Now for his 4th batter, 4th of the 6 that he's faced. 4th of the 5 that he's faced. And there's ball 4. So a hit batter and a walk. And the Larks have 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 2nd. 2nd walk given up by Justin Webster. And now Garrett Gruhl will be the batter. Groesbeck, Texas sophomore, Murray State College in Oklahoma. Headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 2 for 13 here at the NBC. 3 RBIs and a run scored. 0 for 2 last night, but did drive in a couple of runs. And he takes a slider away for ball 1. Gruhl led the Rocky Mountain Baseball League in RBIs and doubles this summer. He was 2nd in home run and tied for 2nd in hits, so he had a great season. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it straight back and a count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2nd summer with the Larks. Gruhl hit .342 last year. Hitting .358 coming into tonight's game. 11 home runs, 59 runs driven in. And he holds off a breaking ball low and to count 2 balls and a strike. In fact, those 59 RBIs tied for the 3rd most in a single season in Larks history. Tied with Tyler LaRue, who's at first base. And a check swing on a pitch that's up, and now it's a 3-1 count to Gruhl. Dylan Dreiling, who played 1 game for the Larks this summer, Frank Leo's grandson, before getting injured and heading back to Tennessee, also drove in 58 a year ago. And there's a strike. 89 miles per hour on the fastball that catches the outside corner. And the count now full, 3-2 to Gruhl. LaRue at 2nd. He was hit by a pitch to start the inning. And then John Sicoli walked on 5 pitches. He's at first. Webster a look back. Here comes the 3-2. Fly ball headed towards center. Curtis is over. He's got room. He'll make the catch. Tagging and now holding will be LaRue, and there's 1 away. So Gruhl got under it and flies out to center field for out number 1. That'll bring up Austin Jaslove, another late addition for all the injuries the Larks had. Joined the team for the final weekend series at home. Austin now 5 for 11 here at the NBC. Couple of doubles, 3 RBIs, and has scored 4 runs. So Jaslove starting to find his own right now. That's with 2 on and 1 out. Slider missing low, ball 1. Jaslove 1 for 2, but drove in 3 runs last night. There's a fly ball, popped him up. First base side. Tucker in foul ground about halfway between the bag and the Larks dugout makes the catch, and that's a big out for Webster. So now 2 on, but 2 away for the Larks, and it brings up Peyton Ebbing, the catcher. Ebbing playing in his 2nd game here at the NBC. He started against GPS on Texas, went 2 for 3 with a double and scored a run. Also walked. His only action here in Wichita, trying to give the Larks the lead in the bottom of the 2nd. Kraken have stranded 4 through the first 2. The Larks have 2 on here. They hit into an inning-ending double play in the first. Swing and a miss at an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Strike 1 to Peyton Ebbing. Loveland, Ohio product, freshman at Tennessee. He did not play for the Volunteers, was not on their travel squad that went to the World Series in Omaha. Look back to 2nd. And now Webster breaks contact. Ebbing's been hot. He's 6 for 12 in the last 4 games. Had back-to-back 4-hit games earlier in July against the Colorado Rough Riders and then the Dodge City A's. Not playing every day. There's a breaking ball strike, and he falls behind 0-2. He and Brady Evans doing the vast majority of the catching this summer. Went to Cincinnati Country Day School, considered the number 14 overall player and the top catcher out of the state of Ohio coming out of senior year. There goes the runner from third, and no throw. The pitch just outside. It'll be Tyler LaRue's 15th stolen base. Pitch was close, but they called it a ball, and the count is 1-2 to Ebbing. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Larks catcher, Peyton Ebbing, batting in the number 8 slot. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. Webster ready, a look to third, brings it home, and it's high for ball 2, 2-2. Luis Garcia waits on deck. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball right field. DeForest back. He didn't see it right away, but he's able to react as it holds up, and he makes the catch, and the inning comes to an end. Larks get their first 2 batters aboard, but they strand them. We played 2 here at X Stadium in Wichita, still scoreless between the Larks and Kraken for the 89th National Baseball Congress World Series. Nothing yet, guys. Two innings in the books here at the NBC World Series. Single elimination bracket play starting today, day number 7, and the Larks and the I called them Lonestar. They went by Lonestar a year ago. 5-tool Kraken this year. Both scoreless. 5-tools had 4 runners stranded through the first 2 innings. Julian Gonzalez hit by a pitch to lead off the ball game, but then 3 straight strikeouts for Ben Baker Livingston got him out of the jam, and then a walk and a single and a walk to open up the second. But really the key play of the game, Case Pettis tried to go from first to third on that single, got thrown out at third and changed the complexion. Now a ground ball through the hole in left field, and Chase Penley has a leadoff base hit here in the 3rd inning. So the Kraken have had their leadoff batter aboard in all 3 innings against Ben Baker Livingston. That's their 2nd hit of the game, and Josh Livingston the batter now. As Penley gets his 3rd hit of the tournament. Josh Livingston, the Wichita State commit from Prosper, Texas, up there from the left side, really crowds the box. He's to the back of it, but in near the plate. He did not like a few of the strikes called against him his first at-bat. Takes a ball here, 1-0. Battled to a full count before eventually being called out looking, as Ben Baker Livingston struck out the side after hitting Gonzalez on the first pitch of the game. 1 on, nobody out, and now he hits him. So there'll be runners at first and second. That is the 2nd hit batter by Ben Baker Livingston. And now it's first and second and nobody out for the Kraken. They've had chances, and boy, how many times do you see it? You get a lot of opportunities early, and if you don't cash in, it comes back to bite you late in the game. We'll see what they do here. Cade Tucker up there now. Crum, Texas product from Arkansas State, another lefty. As Ben Baker Livingston glances back to second. brings home a 91-mile-per-hour fastball that's in there for a called strike. Velocity has slowly increased for Ben as the game has gone along. Again from the stretch, a glance to second, another look that way, brings home the pitch into the hands. It's fouled just over the top of the dugout along the third base side, and now 0-2 to Cade Tucker. Tucker struck out his first time up. His fourth strikeout in 11 at-bats here at the NBC, now 3 for 11. Nothing into the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher, but bounces forward, so the runners do not advance, and Tucker down on strikes for the second time tonight. That is 6 strikeouts for Ben Baker Livingston in 2 1/3 innings. First and second, 1 away. That is a career high. The most he struck out in any game last year was 5. Did it twice. So Ben Baker Livingston in his first game of the summer, there's a called strike. Strikes out 6. A new high for him as a Lark. And his first pitch to Case Pettis is in there for a strike. Pettis walked his first time up. As we mentioned, got thrown out trying to go from first to third. Now a ground ball under the diving glove of LaRue and into left field. Here comes Penley around third. The throw will be cut off, and it's an RBI single for Pettis. And the Kraken grab the 1-0 lead. Just under the diving glove of Tyler LaRue and into left field. Third hit of the night for the Kraken. And after squandering some opportunities early, they now have a 1-0 lead. Livingston to second, and Pettis driving in the run. That's his third RBI here at the tournament. Preston Curtis the batter now. And a check swing snap throw to first, runner back. Not a real wholehearted swing by Curtis, but he went around for strike 1. Curtis singled to left his first time up. He is now 6 for 9 here at the NBC. 2 of those 6 hits are doubles, one of them a home run. And he takes a breaking ball away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch from Ben Baker Livingston, fastball at 89 right down the middle. And again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good crowd, not a great crowd here tonight, but folks still filing in on a beautiful evening. Of course, midweek here at the NBC. Now another pitch missing to count 2-2. Not as many Larks fans tonight as there have been, but still a good group. Really good crowd for their opener on Friday night. And not a bad gathering for the late start last night. Here's the 2-2 and misses away, and now the count goes full 3-2 to Preston Curtis. Curtis homered against Great Bend last night. They hit 3 home runs in a 4-run 7th to come back and take the lead on the Batcats. And now it hits him. And the bases will be loaded for the second time in consecutive innings. The Larks bullpen is quiet, of course. Here comes Keith Harper, the longtime pitching coach, out of the dugout. Larks had a lot of their roster depleted. A couple of players, including Carson Jacobs, signing professional deals. Injuries and other factors, and don't have the depth they've had in years past. But that was a crazy game last night for the Kraken. He had 3 home runs in the 7th inning, scored 4 to take the lead, but then gave up 2 in the 8th and 11 in the 9th inning. Great Bend scored 11 runs on 2 hits. Kraken pitching walked 8. But again, it was one of those games that really, other than seed and who you play and when you play, both teams are going to be in. And there came a point the Kraken just almost threw in the towel and just tried to get through it and try to get their pitching intact for bracket play. So long chat of the mound is now over. Keith Harper making his way back to the Larks dugout. Here comes left-handed hitting Ashton Wong, who walked his first time up. 2 for 5 here in the tournament. He's walked 4 times. Has a couple of runs scored. Bats with the bases loaded and only 1 out. A 88-mile-per-hour fastball misses away for ball 1. So a tough spot for Ben Baker Livingston, having not pitched all summer. And you can do all the bullpens you want. It's not the same. And another fastball away at 88, and the count is 2-0. Cam Walton heading down to the bullpen amongst others. And there's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. Preston Tabor, the left-hander, now beginning to warm up for the Larks in the bullpen. Very quickly trying to get hot. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 3, and the count 3-1. Nowhere to put Wong. The bases are loaded with 1 away. Kraken have scored 1. They lead it 1-0. They've out hit the Larks 3-0. Ben Baker Livingston trying to get through this 3rd inning. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4, he walks him. That'll drive in a run. So Wong walks. Livingston scores from 3rd. It's 2-0 now in favor of the Kraken. Pettis the 3rd, Curtis the 2nd. And Wong makes the trek to first base. That is the 4th walk given up today by Ben Baker Livingston. And they say that Preston Tabor's warm and ready to go, so that's going to do it. Not the return that Ben Baker Livingston had hoped for. Just really struggled to find control, and his debut tonight's going to be a short one. So, pitching change for the Larks. They're down 2-0. The Kraken have the bases loaded and only 1 away. We'll tell you about the new Larks pitcher when we return. This is Hayes Larks Baseball from the NBC World Series on 96.9 KFIX.
At Spirit, engineering is a key to defense success. Spirit Aerosystems engineers are leveraging commercial design-build expertise for defense programs. We move from design to development to the factory floor faster. At Spirit, engineers work with research and technology teams to develop new materials, apply factory automation, and build cost and production efficiencies into each project.
Only 1 out, and left-hander Preston Tabor will come in to pitch. The Burleson, Texas product out of Dallas Baptist. 5'10", 185 pounds senior. Making his 2nd appearance here at the NBC. Pitched an inning and 2/3 and did not figure in the decision in their 6-4 loss to Hutchinson on Friday. 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned, struck out 2, did not walk anybody through 24 pitches. Tabor in his 2nd summer with the Larks. Tied for 4th during the regular season in wins in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. It had the 7th lowest ERA and the 7th most strikeouts. He enters tonight's game with a record of 4-0 and an ERA of 2.67. And he will face Roe Forrest, the number 8 batter. Forrest struck out his last time up. Left-hander bats with the bases loaded, 1 away, and a breaking ball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. 2 runs have scored. The bases are loaded and 1 out. 2-0 Kraken. And a swing and a miss at a slider away. Now 0-2 to Forrest. Forrest 0 for 8 here at the NBC. He's now struck out 5 times. The pitch from Tabor. Did he go around? He did. 3-pitch strikeout for Preston Tabor, and boy, that's a big out. So Caden Mitchell will bat now with 2 outs. Bases are loaded, and boy, if the Larks can limit it to 2 runs, you think they'd feel pretty happy about that. Kraken had the bases loaded in the second and didn't score. They've scored twice here, and a swing and a miss. 76 on the off speed for strike 1. So 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Preston Tabor. Mitchell drew one of the 4 walks given up by Ben Baker Livingston. There's a pitch inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Caden Mitchell. 1 for 12 here at the NBC. Bases loaded, 2 away. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball, that's hit toward the gap in right field. Ruiz chasing, and his speed will get to it. He runs it down and may have saved the game for the Larks. That ball was hit well off the bat of Mitchell and into the gap in right center. But Ruiz, with great speed, got a great jump on it, and he ran it down in the alley, and the inning is over. The Kraken leave the bases loaded for the second time tonight, but they do score 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd here at X Stadium. Kraken 2, Larks nothing. This is Larks baseball from the NBC World Series.
At Evergy, we're focused not just on what we power, but on who we power, right here in our community. We provide payment assistance to our neighbors who need it. Invest in organizations and people, creating opportunity for all to benefit. And volunteer our time around our hometown so that together we improve it. Because we're committed to spreading good energy throughout our community. Evergy, the utility company.
Two 2-0 in favor of the Kraken, but boy, right now, Damian Ruiz, the hero for the Larks. That ball was hit well off the bat of Caden Mitchell into the gap in right center, but Ruiz got a great jump on it and held up just a little bit and allowed him to run it down, and that saved at least 2, maybe 3 runs. If that doesn't get caught, it bounces up against the wall and probably clears the bases. So instead of maybe a 4 or 5-0 lead for the Kraken, it is 2-0. And the Larks will have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters up there. Luis Garcia, Trent Baker, and Damian Ruiz. Justin Webster's pitched well. He has not given up a hit so far through the first couple of innings. His first offering to Ruiz is outside for ball 1. Ruiz making his 4th start here at the NBC, 2 for 8. Has driven in 4 and scored 3 times. Fastball at 86, catching the inside corner to count 1-1. I said Luis Garcia, excuse me. Ruiz made that catch. And there's a breaking ball inside for ball 2, 2-1. Garcia out of Tucson, Pima Community College. 0 for 2, but drove in a run last night against Seattle. And 1 for 3 against GPS. He flares one to left, but it's going to go foul. And it's going to even the count. They're 2-2. Justin Webster, fastball away. That was at 89, but missed outside. Was never in the strike zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luis Garcia, hitting .207 this summer for the Larks. And he hits one hard to first, but right into the glove of Cade Tucker, who make the play himself, and there's 1 away. So Garcia 0 for 1. Now to the top of the order, Trent Baker. Baker grounding out to 3rd, his only time up. 0 for 1 tonight, 4 for 11 here at the NBC. He's doubled, tripled, driven in 3, and has scored 3 times. He's also walked 3 times. First pitch from Webster off speed, catching the inside corner, strike one. This Kraken team's allowed the most runs and the most earned runs through pool play. They gave up 36 in their 3 games, 29 earned. Breaking ball missing. Excuse me, that is called a strike on the outside corner, so strike one, 1-1. There's a pop-up. Short right, in comes DeForest, out goes Pettis. It'll be the right fielder calling him off to make the catch, and there's 2 away. So Baker pops up to short right field, 2 up and 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Webster, and it brings up Damian Ruiz, who made that great catch out in right field to save the game to this point for the Larks. Ruiz walking his first time up. It was part of that inning-ending 6-3 double play. Takes a nice breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Boy, Webster, you can tell, starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here for the Kraken. The 0-1 pitch. That one's going to miss low and away. All of the Kraken wear different caps out on the field, trying to see what Webster's design is. Another breaking ball, strike on the inside corner, so really painting the corners to Ruiz, who falls behind 1-2. Webster wearing 99. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slider away. 2-2 the count. Webster got a double play to end the first, so he faced the minimum trying to work a 1-2-3 third. Here comes the 2-2. Ground ball to third, but it's going to be foul. Livingston got to it in foul ground. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Great Bend and the Seattle Blackfins coming up in the late game tonight to wrap up the first day of bracket play. All of the winners on to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Games begin at noon once again. The winner of this one will play at 6 o'clock against the Kansas Cannons. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and Ruiz down on strikes. It is a 1-2-3 third for Justin Webster. We are through 3 here at X Stadium. The Larks trailing the 5-tool Kraken 2-0. You're listening to Larks Baseball from the 89th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Evergy. Three in the books here tonight. Larks trailing the 5-tool Kraken 2-0. They beat them a year ago here at the NBC. Won 6-1. And now Preston Tabor, who came in and got the final 2 outs of the 4th inning, facing the leadoff hitter Julian Gonzalez, who takes the first pitch for a ball and now a strike, and it's 1-1. Gonzalez hit by a pitch on the very first pitch of the game, and then he struck out his last time up. There's a ball, 2-1. Ben Baker Livingston struck out 6 in 2 1/3 innings, but he also walked 4, and there's a strike. And now an even count, 2-2 to Gonzalez. And he also hit a batter, hit 2 in fact. And there's a strikeout, a swing and a miss by Gonzalez. So that's 2 strikeouts now for Preston Tabor. The Larks have fanned 8. And there's one gone in the fourth. Larks had a stretch over their final 9 games, or final 10 games of the regular season, of striking out 10 or more batters. That was snapped by Hutchinson, who only struck out 9 times. There's a chopper up the middle over the pitcher's glove. Jaslove can't field it behind the bag at second, and Penley will reach base safely. Probably going to be an infield hit. A chopper over the mound. Tabor tried to go up and get it, but couldn't. And it was not an easy play for shortstop Austin Jaslove, and it is going to be an infield single for Penley. So he's 2 for 3 and aboard with 1 out for Josh Livingston. This is the first inning tonight in which the Kraken have not had their leadoff batter aboard. And now a slider from Tabor, missing low and away to Josh Livingston. Livingston hit by a pitch. One of 2 batters hit by a pitch last inning for 5-tool. There's the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Josh Livingston. He struck out looking in the first, hit by a pitch, and scored on Ashton Wong's bases loaded walk. And there's a strike. And now 1-2 to Livingston. Kraken have left the bases loaded twice. They did not score in the second, got 2 in the third, but Tabor came in with 1 out and got out of the jam. Swing and a miss, got him to chase another breaking ball. 4-pitch strikeout, and that's 3 in the ball game for Tabor. The Larks have struck out 9 through 3 2/3. There's 2 gone here in the fourth. There's a pitch, missing, runner tries to go, and in for a stolen base will be Chase Penley. So Penley able to steal. He's 4 for 4 now in stolen bases here at the NBC. So he's in scoring position. The pitch missed for a ball, 1-0 to Cade Tucker. And there's a strike. 1-1 to the Kraken first baseman. Tucker has struck out twice tonight. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. He's probably glad to see Ben Baker Livingston leave. The only problem, Preston Tabor has struck out 3 of the 5 batters he's faced. And he's ahead here 1-2. Runner at second. The pitch fouled down the first base side. Tucker just got a piece of it to stay alive at 1-2. Kraken wearing purple with the white pants. Larks wearing the blue and white with the gray pants. A road look for them, even though they won the coin. Actually, they didn't win the coin flip. They didn't lose the coin flip. The Kraken called tails. It was heads. There's a called strike 3. Tucker goes down looking, and he has struck out 3 times in 3 at-bats. We go to the bottom of the fourth here at X Stadium. Kraken 2, Larks nothing. This is the 89th NBC World Series powered by Evergy.
And I had to in this very class. Jay was drawing some love.
Bottom of the fourth here at X Stadium on a beautiful summer night here in the Air Capital. 85 pleasant degrees here to start this one. Temperature's going to start heating up as the week goes along, but it's a beautiful night here tonight. Had some thunderstorms move through early in the morning. Knock on wood, so far the weather has evaded and all the rains have come when there's been no baseball. Lenny Ashby leads off the bottom of the fourth for the Larks. He's out on a ground ball to short, 0 for 1. And the first pitch is hit hard to right field, and it's right at Road Forest. Wow. Ashby couldn't hit it much harder, but he lines out to the right fielder. There's one away. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Larks Baseball. First pitch to Tyler LaRue, grounded hard to third. The throw is offline, but the first baseman Tucker able to grab it and apply the tag to LaRue near the bag. And 2 pitches and 2 outs for Justin Webster. We talked about it, starting to get into a rhythm. He's retired 8 straight since leading off the second with a hit batter and a walk. John Sicoli now, he drew that walk in the second inning. Last Lark to reach base safely. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. I mentioned the Larks won 6-1 over the Kraken last year here at the NBC. There's a called strike. 1-1 the count. Larks had 1 big inning, scored 5 in the 4th after the Kraken had scored 1 at the top of the inning. Fly ball left field, Wong going back near the warning track. He's there to run it down. And that's 6 straight, make that 9 straight retired. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Justin Webster. We are through 4 here at X Stadium. Larks trailing the Kraken 2-0 for the 89th NBC World Series.
At Davis Moore, we treat everyone who walks through our doors like a lifelong customer. Our sales team prides themselves on delivering a quick, pressure-free buying experience that you won't find anywhere else. We have hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock, and every one of them has passed our 171-point safety and reliability inspection.
If we wouldn't buy it for ourselves, we won't sell it to you. Come see us at any Davis Moore location or check us out online at davis-moore.com.
Preston Tabor back out of the mound. He came in relief of Ben Baker Livingston with 1 out in the 3rd. Inherited a bases-loaded jam. He got a strikeout and a fly-out to get out of it. He is fanned forward. There's a grounder right back up the middle, over the bag, and knocked away by Garcia, the second baseman. That'll be a base hit for Case Pettis. And for the 4th time in 5 innings, the Kraken have their leadoff batter aboard. Not hit all that hard. He got it under the glove of the pitcher, Tabor, and it rolled right over the bag at second and into short center field. So Preston Curtis, the batter now. He's been aboard twice, singled in the second, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Two 2-0 Kraken, and a pitch way upstairs, and a good job by Ebbing to reach up and grab that ball. That saves a base. I mentioned Case Pettis. He tried to go from 1st to 3rd on a base hit off the bat of Preston Curtis, I should say, in the second inning. Big swing there by Curtis for a strike, 1-1. Got thrown out at 3rd, changed the complexion of that second inning. The Kraken would go on to load the bases but not score. Tabor brings it home, and it's hit hard down the left field line, and it is fair right on the line. Pettis around 3rd. They're going to send him home as it rolls into the corner. It's going to be an RBI double for Preston Curtis. He is now driven in 3 here at the NBC, and the Kraken have a 3-0 lead. Boy, that ball right on the white turf line down left field. It barely caught the white line as we see it on replay, but it's an RBI double. That is the 6th hit of the game for the Kraken, and they lead it 3-0. And now Austin Ashton Wong, the batter. He takes a breaking ball away for ball one. So Tabor had been moving right along. But a leadoff little grounder up the middle for a single, and then RBI double for Preston Curtis, who now has 3 doubles in the tournament. And it's 3-0 Kraken. And Wong, the batter, he's walked twice today. Hits this one high into the air. It's on the infield. Jaslove, the shortstop, calls for it. Barely had a move from where he was positioned. He'll make the catch. And there's one away. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Kraken. No runs on no hits and no errors for the Larks. 3-0 Kraken. Ro Forrest, the batter now, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Forrest has now struck out 6 times in the tournament. He fouls the first one straight down and off the turf for strike 1. Forrest is 0 for 9 with 5 strikeouts here at the NBC. Hobbs, New Mexico product. He'll be attending Cisco Community College. Takes a pitch up for a ball, 1-1. Played his freshman year at Odessa College in Texas. 24 games, 340 average. A couple of homers and 15 driven in. Another lefty, 1 of 5 in the lineup tonight. Swings and misses at a breaking ball at 74. Now he falls behind 1-2. Pettis led off the game with a little slow roller up the middle, or led off the inning, I should say. Then Curtis with a double drives him home. And Wong has popped up. Runner on with 1 out, and now a pitch up and in. And it's 2-2. The Larks bullpen is quiet. So you got to figure Tabor's going to go as long as he can here. But it becomes all hands on deck. You got to do whatever you got to do to win, because if you don't win, your season's over. There's a pitch outside for ball 3, 3-2. So this is the first time that Tabor has gone to a 3-ball count against any of the hitters. Tucker at second, 1 away. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball, right field. Ruiz coming in, and Ruiz will make the catch. Holding at second is Curtis, and now there's 2 away. So a high fly ball to right field is out number 2, and it brings up Caden Mitchell. The catcher walked his first time up, flied to right. So officially 0 for 1. And now 1 for 12 here at the NBC. Larks pitching has combined to strike out 10 tonight as Mitchell fouls the first pitch away, strike 1. Kraken getting 2 in the 3rd, and now 1 here in the 5th inning. They lead it 3-0. Preston Tabor in relief of starter Ben Baker Livingston brings home a fastball that's pulled foul. Boy, watch out. Well, that thing was screaming over to the Larks dugout. And almost caught up with someone in there. 0-2 the count to Mitchell. Check swing. He went around, and that's strike 3. So 5 strikeouts for Preston, 11 in the game for the Larks. But the Kraken get a run. They strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Larks trailing 3-0 to the Kraken. You're listening to Larks Baseball from the NBC World Series.
At Spirit, engineering is a key to defense success. Spirit Aerosystems engineers are leveraging commercial design-build expertise for defense programs. We move from design to development to the factory floor faster. At Spirit, engineers work with research and technology teams to develop new materials, apply factory automation, and build cost and production efficiencies into each project.
3-0. The 5-tool Kraken out on top of the Hayes Larks, who come to bat in the home half of inning number 5. Kraken gets 2 in the third, and now an additional run in the 5th inning. A lot of baseball left, but you got to be impressed with what you've seen from Justin Webster tonight. Pembroke Pines, Florida right-hander. 6'4", 205 from Hillsborough Community College. He has pitched well. Retired his last 9. Webster at Hillsborough only made 2 appearances this spring. 6 2/3 innings. Gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, struck out 7 in limited action. He'll face Garrett Gruhl, swings and misses at the first offering for strike 1. Garrett, we mentioned, having one of the all-time great seasons in Larks history, tied for the 3rd most RBIs, and he's out in front of an off-speed pitch and quickly falls behind 0-2. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Gruhl trying to get on track, 3 for 14 here at the NBC. And he goes down on strikes on 3 pitches. That's only the 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Webster. But it retires Garrett Gruhl, and that'll bring up Austin Jaslov. He fouled out to the first baseman, Cade Tucker, his last time up. 0 for 1 tonight, 5 for 12 here at the NBC. Jaslov, pretty much the everyday shortstop a year ago. He takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Did not join the team until right before the end of the regular season. In fact, the final regular season series against North Platte, hits one off the end of the bat, slow roller to short. Penley has it, takes an extra hop to get it over, and he fires a strike to the first baseman, and there's 2 away. Not only has Webster not given up a hit, he only needed 5 pitches to get through the 4th inning. And through 5, he's got 2 outs here in the 5th, and now Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing flied out to right field, his only time up. He's 0 for 1. And he takes a breaking ball that misses outside, 1-0. Ebbing 2 for 4 now, playing in his 2nd game. He had a double on Sunday. Backs away of a pitch up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Single elimination bracket play. Winner advances to tomorrow. The loser is done. There's a strike with a breaking ball. Catching the outer half and a count 2-1. Lonestar baseball out of Texas. 19-3 winners over Arlington Baptist. They scored 12 in the top of the 9th today. There's ball 3 away, 3-1. They'll get the Hutchinson Monarchs, who won the Larks pool, Pool D, in the noon game tomorrow. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball towards short. Stopped by Penley. The throw is offline. He made an incredible job to get to the ball, but his throw was offline, and the Larks are going to have their first hit of the game. If that throw's online, he gets him. But that'll be a base hit. So it's an infield single for Peyton Ebbing, and the Larks have their first hit, and now Luis Garcia. Let's see if that maybe can get the Larks bats going. Sometimes you just need that first one. Hit loose through 4 2/3. Now Garcia shows bunt. It's a strike, 0-1. 3-0 Kraken. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Denver rallied from a 4-1 deficit, beat the Liberal BJs in the game prior to ours, 6-5. They'll get the defending champion Santa Barbara Foresters in the 3 o'clock game tomorrow. Santa Barbara winning Pool B, going 3-0. Great Bend gave them a good game earlier in the tournament. There's a pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. And then the late game tonight, the Great Bend Batcats taking on the Seattle Blackfins, who the Larks beat last night. 1 ball, 1 strike to the 9-hitter. Luis Garcia swings and misses. Foul tipped that one in and out of the glove of the catcher, but it's strike 2 to Garcia. 0 for 1 tonight, 2 for 9 here in the tournament for Luis. Pima Community College sophomore. 4th in the regular season in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League in runs scored. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to count. According to the scoreboard. It was 2-2. There's ball 3. So now it's full 3-2. So that's twice now. I've been right. The scoreboard has been wrong. Just saying. I guess when I doubt myself, I need to go with what I have written down. 3-2 the count. Runner at first. And a ball bounces in front of the plate. And the Larks will have runners at first and second, but 2 outs. And now the top of the order. So 3 walks now. And Justin Webster, who had retired 11 in a row, is going to get a meeting from one of the Kraken coaches out there on the mound. He had retired 11 in a row before giving up that infield single to Ebbing. And now a walk to Garcia in the top of the order. So the Larks are down 3-0. But an opportunity here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. So a quick chat as Trent Baker comes to the plate. Trent's 0 for 2 tonight, but boy, a dangerous hitter. 4 for 10 coming into tonight's game. Batted .391 coming into the contest, the Houston Christian freshman. Chance to get the Larks on the board. He holds off a breaking ball that misses away, 1-0. So Webster had been rolling, 11 straight retired, but a infield single and a walk, and the Larks trying to get on the board here. Now the pitcher breaks contact, looks back to second, nobody covering. As Ebbing, the catcher, getting a lead. 1-0 to Trent Baker. 0 for 2 on Sunday, or yesterday, I should say. Pitch way outside, 2-0. You get the feeling this is a key at-bat in this game. Larks down 3-0, but have their first 2 base runners of the night with 2 away. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3 outside. One more miss, and the Larks get them loaded. Got a left-hander warming up in the Kraken bullpen. They're looking down to see if he's ready. Webster looking in, gets the sign from Mitchell, the 3-0. Ball 4, he walks him on 4 pitches, and the bases are loaded for Damian Ruiz. So that's 2 walks in the inning. And the Larks, who had gone hitless through 4 2/3, now have him loaded with 2 outs. Ruiz, a walk and a strikeout tonight. And Damian made the play of the game, that grab out in right center field for the final out of the 3rd inning, holding the Krakens to just 2 runs. They had him loaded. Here comes the pitch from Webster. High fly ball, left field. Back goes Wong, back goes Curtis. The center fielder, Curtis, will make the catch. And the inning comes to an end as Ruiz just got under it. Larks get their first hit. They load the bases, but they leave them loaded. 5 in the books here at X Stadium. Kraken 3, Larks nothing. This is Hayes Larks Baseball from the 89th National Baseball Congress World Series. Yep, get that hit. Well, the Larks get their first hit of the night. They load the bases with 2 outs, but unable to score. They still trail the 5-tool Kraken out of Dallas. A score of 3-0. Kraken getting 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th inning. As we go to the top of the 6th, we'll have the top of the order. Julian Gonzalez, Chase Penley, and Josh Livingston facing Preston Tabor, who has struck out 5 through 2 2/3 innings. Starter Ben Baker Livingston went 2 1/3. As they honored a cheer squad here between innings and letting them get off the field. Why not put them on top of the dugouts? Let them cheer. Three 0 Kraken. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss by Gonzalez, 0-1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out twice. One of 4 batters to strike out at least twice, if not more, in the ball game. Now he's behind 0-2. So 0-2 to Gonzalez. Struck out looking in the 2nd and the 4th, and now leading off here in the 5th. And takes low for a ball, 1-2. The count to Julian Gonzalez, Southwest Ranches, Florida. Dyersburg State Community College, where he hit .265 with 4 home runs this spring. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled it straight back over the netting and back into the seats. And a count of 1-2. Unable to see it, but apparently by judging from the applause, a nice catch by one of the fans here tonight. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's outside, and now it's an even count at 2-2. Kraken on top, 3-0. They lost to the Larks 6-1 last year here in this tournament. And strike 3 called. He got him with a breaking ball just on the outside corner. Gonzalez goes down looking. He has struck out 3 times, and there's 1 away. That is 6 strikeouts now for Preston Tabor. And that matches a career high. He had struck out 5 twice this year and once a year ago. So just like Ben Baker Livingston, who struck out 6, a new career high for Preston Tabor. There's a swing and a miss by Chase Penley, 0-1. Penley has struck out once. He's 2 for 3. Singleton scored in the 3rd. Singleton stole a base in the 4th, but did not score. Takes a pitch low and the count 1-1. Larks have been out hit 6-1. They trail it 3-0. Neither team with an error so far. It's been a well-played game. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball headed toward right field, and it's going to land in front of Ruiz. He's really battling the sun. He's got the sunglasses on, and you can see the sun reflecting in it. He didn't get a good read, and then he nearly stumbled, but he was able to stay on his feet and grab that one-on-one hop. So Penley has a 3-hit game. The Kraken have had at least 1 base runner in every inning tonight, and now Josh Livingston. He has struck out twice, been hit by a pitch, and a ball bounces into the right-handed batter's box for ball 1. Livingston playing in his first game here at the NBC tonight. Left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. There comes the 1-0. It's low, ball 2, 2-0. No wind. You can see any clouds. It's a beautiful night. 85 at game time. There's a ball missing. 81 degrees now, and it's 3-0. Tabor has struck out 6. He has not walked anybody. There's a swing and a miss. Now 3-1. Ben Baker Livingston walked 4 and hit 1. Actually hit 2. Hit 2 in that 2-run third. 3-1 to count. Here comes the pitch. Just outside for ball 4. So the first walk given up tonight by Preston Tabor, and the Kraken have 2 on with 1 out. Cade Tucker, the batter now. Tucker 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, twice at the hands of Ben Baker Livingston, and the last time by Preston Tabor. So trying to avoid the ever embarrassing 4-strikeout game, and he hits it off the end of the bat. Slow roller to third, or second, I should say. Garcia fields. His only play is to first. Tucker retired, but Pendley moves to third and Livingston to second. But now 2 away. Hit off the end of the bat and not very hard. Garcia had to charge it, and he is able to make the play at first base. So second and third with 2 away for Case Pettis, who has singled tonight. And takes the ball 1-0. Pitch is swung at and missed. 1-1 to Pettis. Pettis an RBI single in the 3rd inning. And takes a ball 2-1. Pettis driving in one of the 2 runs in that 2-run 3rd inning. The pitch fouled away right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the Kraken second baseman, Case Pettis. Prosper, Texas product, Dyersburg State. Second and third, 2 away, and Pettis flares one into left field. That'll be a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to try to send home Pendley. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and it's a 2-run single for Case Pettis, who has driven in 3 of the Kraken's 5 runs tonight, and they now have a 5-0 lead. So they squandered opportunities in the second and even in the third when they scored twice, but they have come through with a 2-out single here and now have a 5-0 lead. Wasn't hit all that hard, but got into left field, and it's 5-0 Kraken. And here's Preston Curtis. 2 for 2 of the night, an RBI double and a single, also hit by a pitch, and he hits one hard to left center field. Baker going back, it's over his head, it's off the base of the wall. Pettis around third, here comes the throw to the plate, it is not in time. The ball got away from the catcher, Ebbing, and into third will be Curtis. The throw was on time, but it got knocked out of the glove of Ebbing, and the run scores, and it's now 6-0 Kraken. So we'll see if they rule that a double or a triple, and here comes Keith Harper out of the dugout. That ball was hit hard into the gap in left center field. It's going to be ruled a double, and he'll move to third on the throw home. So he just got it over the glove of Baker, and it looked like Ebbing applied the tag, but the ball came out of his glove, and the run scores. Tabor's going to stay in the ball game. Caleb Meredith, who pitched against the Kraken a year ago, beginning to warm up. Well, Preston Tabor was pitching effectively, but the Kraken have taken advantage of 3 hits and a walk. They've scored 3 in the inning and now have a 6-0 lead. They've out-hit the Larks 9-1. Here's Ashton Wong, 2 walks and a pop-up. Pitch bounces away from the catcher, down the line, and scoring is Preston Curtis on a wild pitch. It's a 4-run 6th inning, and it's now 7-0 Kraken. Two in the third, 1 in the 5th, and now 4 in the 6th inning for the Kraken. Base is empty, 2 away as the pitch is popped up, third base side, but that'll be back in behind the dugout. The count 1-2 to Ashton Wong. When you start looking at the Larks, they've had 17 come from behind wins. Their largest deficit in which they've come back to win was back in their early in the year in North Platte. Another pitch into the hands, fouled away. They were down 5 runs, came back to beat the Plainsmen 15-12. That was back on June 4th. They have not trailed a lot this summer. There's a check swing. Did he go around? He did, and it's a strikeout for Preston. But the Kraken get the job done. They score 4 times, a double, 2 singles, and a walk, and they score 4. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-0 Kraken from the 89th NBC World Series.
Have you ever needed to stop or change the way you do something you love because of aches, pains, or injury? The physical therapists at NovaCare are here to get you back to work, life, and your favorite activities. Most importantly, your goals are their goals. Their movement experts will listen and develop an individualized treatment plan so you can heal. Begin care faster by requesting an appointment today at novacare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy at NovaCare.
Now the Kraken are going to stay with Justin Webster, who worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the 5th inning. He's only thrown 75 pitches through 5 innings, and now, thanks to a 4-run top of the 6th, has a 7-run cushion. 7-0 Kraken. They've out-hit the Larks 9-1. And the Larks will have Lenny Ashby, Tyler LaRue, and John Sicoli, 3, 4, and 5 up there. They've got some work to do. If they can come back, it'll be their largest comeback of the year. And the first pitch to Ashby popped up foul territory, first base side, and it'll be the first baseman Tucker to make the catch for 1 away. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Webster, who had retired 11 in a row before giving up an infield single to Ebbing, then walking Garcia and Baker to load the bases. But Damian Ruiz flied out to center to end the threat in the 5th. Tyler LaRue, the batter now, hit by a pitch his first time up, grounded to third his last at-bat. He takes a strike, a slider on the outside corner, 0-1. There's some activity in the bullpen, left-hander warming up. Right-hander Webster ready. Fastball off the end of the bat, back to the mound. The pitcher fields, throws it low, and a backhanded scoop by Cade Tucker. Well, you see that so often with a pitcher. He just doesn't approach it the same way he would a pitch, and he just lobbed it over to first, but the out recorded, and there's 2 up and 2 down for the Larks here in the 6th inning. 2 away now for John Sicoli. 0 for 1 with a walk. 0 for 11 here at the NBC. 7-0 Kraken. Larks beat them 6-1 a year ago. There's a strike, 0-1. Pretty much the entire field in shade except for a little sliver over by first and a little sliver out in left center. Swing and a miss. Sicoli way out in front of the changeup, 0-1. Or 0-2, I should say. Beautiful X Stadium on the Wichita State campus. There's a high fly ball to center. Preston Curtis going back. He's in that sliver of sunlight, but he makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Larks go 1-2-3 for the 3rd time tonight. 6 in the books here at X Stadium. Larks with some work to do. They trail 7-0 to the 5-tool Kraken. You're listening to Hayes Larks Baseball from the NBC World Series. Did I do the ID? I think I did. Caleb Meredith will come in and pitch for the Larks, becoming the third pitcher of the ball game. Larks trailing 7-0. They've been out hit 9-1 tonight. Preston Tabor really didn't pitch that badly. 3 2/3, 5 runs, 4 hits, struck out 6, but some timely hitting for the Kraken, and they've got the lead. And the first pitch from Tabor is up. Ball 1. And the Kraken will bring in a pinch hitter, Preston Newberry, out of Weatherford College, where he redshirted this spring. He's another left-hander. He'll pinch hit for Roe Forest. And now 3 balls and no strikes to Newberry. There's a strike. 7-0 in favor of the Kraken. And now strike 2, so Meredith has battled back from 0-2 to 2-2. Newberry 2 for 9 in the tournament, hits it to short on the outfield grass. Jaslov makes a great throw, but it's not in time. He had to go all the way to the green turf in short left field to field it, and Newberry, who patched from the left side, able to beat it out with an infield single. That was a really nice play by Jaslov, but unfortunately just too much ground. And it's a base hit, the 10th of the night for the Kraken. Caden Mitchell, the batter now. 0 for 2 with a walk. Fly out to right and a strikeout. Swings and misses at a off-speed pitch, 0-1. Meredith, the left-hander from Chuckey, Tennessee, Chattanooga Community College. Second summer with the Larks. This is his 36th appearance. There's a pitch for a strike. Runner goes. The throw not in time. And a stolen base for Newberry. So Preston Newberry able to swipe second. He's there with nobody out. Count 0-2 to Caden Mitchell. Kraken loaded the bases, didn't score in the second, got 2 in the third, a run in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th. There's ball 1, 1-2 to Caden Mitchell. Meredith tied for 6th in wins in the RMBL with 3 this spring. He pitched against GPS Texas on Sunday, a no decision, 2 1/3, and a swing and a miss. He gets a strikeout. Larks pitchers have combined to strike out 13 tonight. That's the first for Meredith. Runner at second with 1 away. Now the top of the order, and Julian Gonzalez. And on Sunday against GPS, Meredith 2 1/3, 1 run, 2 hits, couple of strikeouts through 36 pitches. Continues to be activity in the Larks bullpen. Here comes the pitch. Inside, runner tries for third. It's a good throw, and they got him. So Newberry stole second, tried to steal third, and unable to do so. And now there's 2 away. The count, 1 ball and no strikes to Gonzalez. So a leadoff infield single, but Newberry thrown out trying to steal third. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julian Gonzalez. 0 for 3, hit by a pitch on the very first pitch of the game, but has struck out 3 times since. 3 for 16 with 6 strikeouts here in the 4th game of the NBC. Here's the 1-1. Swings and misses, 1-2. Gonzalez 6 feet 202 and a swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. So Meredith gets a couple of strikeouts. And that's going to do it here in the top of the 7th inning. It is stretch time at X Stadium. Larks with some work to do. They trail the Kraken 7-0. Single elimination bracket play at the NBC World Series.
Here. All right, so we got a slice of outage alerts, heavy on the details for Jim.
It's fine.
All right. Take it easy, Jim. Order up for Mia. Choose your rate plan, no cheese.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, here you go. Thank you, you too. 1 mobile app because you're always on the go for Anthony. How's it going, Mel?
How do you take your energy? With Evergy, you choose from our new tools and options built to work for you. Evergy, the utility company.
Well, Justin Webster's really only gotten himself into 1 pickle tonight, maybe a little bit in the 2nd inning. The Larks had runners at the corners, but they loaded the bases in the 5th inning and came away empty. They loaded them with 2 outs. Baden Ebbing got the first hit of the game in the bottom of the 5th, an infield single, then back-to-back walks to Garcia and Baker, but Damian Ruiz flied out to center, ended the threat. A 1-2-3 6th, and now he starts off the 7th against Garrett Gruhl with ball 1. Gruhl's 0 for 2 tonight, flied to center and struck out. That was the 82nd pitch for Webster, and there's a line drive center field, and that's going to land in front of Preston Curtis, and the Larks have their 2nd hit of the day. So Garrett Gruhl gets aboard. That is his 4th hit here at the NBC. Base hit to center field, and the Larks have their leadoff batter aboard for the first time tonight. By contrast, the Kraken have had their leadoff batter aboard in all but 2 innings. And the first pitch goes behind Jaslov. So a wild pitch will move Gruhl into scoring position. The Larks have proven they can score runs. Tied for 4th with the most runs in the tournament. Facing a Kraken team that has given up the most runs, and that may do it here for Justin Webster, as we'll have a meeting on the mound with the coach in the infield. That's going to do it. Webster's night is done, but boy, what a great job he did for this Kraken squad. So we have a pitching change for the 5-tool Kraken here in the bottom of the 7th. Larks have a runner at 2nd, nobody out, but trail them 7-0. Tell you about the new pitcher right after this. You're listening to Larks Baseball on 96.9 KFIX.
And I've had a student in this very class.
Jay was drawing something up.
So Taylor Penley will come in and pitch. He's a left-hander from Prosper, Texas, 6'2", 215 out of UT Rio Grande Valley. Well, good job by starter Justin Webster. 6 innings, 2 hits, 4 walks, couple of strikeouts, 83 pitches. Runner at second is his responsibility. So Taylor Penley comes in. Left-hander. He will face Austin Jaslov and inherits a 1-0 count. And then misses on his first offering, and the count is 2-0. 84 pitches unofficially for Webster. And now pitches outside, and it is 3-0. 2-1, excuse me, 2-1, my bad, 2-1. Garrett Gruhl at second. Larks have not had many in scoring position tonight. Here comes the 2-1. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2 the count. Pitch from Penley, swing and a miss. Ooh, foul tipped, and it goes off the catcher as Caden Mitchell's gonna walk out toward the mound. Couldn't quite hold on to it. That is always painful. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about that. Yeah, got him in the inner thigh. No protection there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Jaslov with a runner at second and nobody out. And a swing and a miss. He went around on a breaking ball. That is a strikeout, the first of the game for Penley, and there's 1 gone. That is only the 3rd strikeout thrown by the Kraken pitchers tonight. Now to bring up Peyton Ebbing, and the catcher takes a strike, 0-1. Peyton got the Larks' first hit of the ball game, an infield single. In that 5th inning, they eventually loaded the bases, but they could not get a run. They have not scored tonight. There's a strike on the outside corner, and boy, Ebbing painting the outside corner about as well as you could ask. 0-2 now to the Larks catcher, Peyton Ebbing. Starting to get late. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Larks down 7. There's a pitch outside. Tried to get Ebbing to bite on that one and couldn't. Now time is going to be called. The pitch bounces in front of the plate, goes back to the backstop. That will allow Garrett Gruhl to move over to third with 1 out. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peyton Ebbing. Penley played for the Brazos Valley Bombers during the season. Here's a chopper to second, fielded by Pettis. The throw to first on a bounce is in time. A run will score, but the out is recorded, and the Kraken will take that. They will easily give up a run for an out at this point. That run is charged to Webster, so you can now close the book on Webster. 1 run on 2 hits with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. He would stand to be the winning pitcher if they could hold on. First pitch to Luis Garcia, away for a ball. Now a fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Garcia 0 for 1. He grounded to first back in the 3rd inning and then walked his last time up. And a breaking ball, strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Larks only 2 hits tonight. They have their first run of the game. And now it bounces on the pitch, and it's 2-2 to Luis Garcia. Larks have not been shut out all summer. In fact, their lowest run production was 1 run in the 2nd game of the year in Gehring against the Western Nebraska Pioneers, and they lost 13-1. There's ball 3, and it's 3-2. Base is empty, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Larks have scored 1, but they're down 7-1. The pitch way outside, ball 4. Well, 2-out walk. Larks need base runners. That is the 5th walk given up tonight by the Kraken. And now it goes at the top of the order in Trent Baker. Baker 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. That loaded the bases in the 5th inning. But the man on deck, Damian Ruiz, flied out to center to end the threat. Baker out on a ground ball to 3rd and a pop-up to short right field. First pitch, missing away for ball 1. So that's 4 straight misses now by Taylor Penley. The bullpen is quiet. Penley wearing that UT Rio Grande Valley cap where he played. And there's a hard hit ball to the shortstop, fielded by Penley. He throws it over, and the out is recorded. So Baker grounds out to short. The inning is over. The Larks get a run, and they leave a runner. We are through 7. The Kraken lead the Larks 7-1 for the NBC World Series on 96.9 KFIX.
Okay, Charles, 1 bill forecasting tool.
Thanks, Cheryl.
You want any weekly usage reports with that?
Oh, that sounds tempting.
It's on the house.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better. Oh, Cheryl, before I forget, can I get the mobile app to go?
Yeah, you got it.
How do you take your energy? With Evergy, you choose from our new tools and options built to work for you.
What did he order?
Evergy, the utility company.
Dylan Hill will come in and pitch for the Larks for the 8th inning. Dylan wearing number 18 tonight. So he becomes the 3rd pitcher of the ball game out here in the 8th inning. Larks trailing 7-1. Meredith goes 1 inning of relief. Gave up 1 hit but no runs. Struck out a pair. So Dylan Hill comes in to pitch, the redshirt sophomore from Murray State College in Oklahoma. He'll face Chase Penley. The number 2 batter in the lineup. 2, 3, and 4 facing Hill. And the first pitch hit hard and right at the left fielder, Lenny Ashby, kind of hesitated to make the catch, trying to read it right off the bat, but he's able to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Dylan Hill. Now to bring up Josh Livingston. Livingston's been aboard twice tonight, hit by a pitch and a walk. He scored both times. He struck out twice. So Dylan Hill played at Murray State College in Oklahoma. He signed with Texas A&M Corpus Christi, making his 7th appearance, his 3rd in relief. And misses with a pitch up high. One and 1 record, 8.44 ERA, 15 hits, 15 runs, all earned, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Josh Livingston up there from the left side. He swings and misses at a 77-mile-per-hour changeup. Oh, he foul-tipped it. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Ben Baker Livingston just 2 1/3 in his only start of the summer. 2 runs, 3 hits. Then Preston Tabor, 5 runs on 4 hits, but pitched well, but it kind of fell apart at the end. Here's the 1-2. Way upstairs, 2-2 the count. Larks are down to their final 6 outs, and they trail by 6 runs. Here comes the 1-2, way upstairs again, 3-2. I said 1-2, it's a 2-2 pitch. Now it's 3-2. Ben Baker Livingston 2 1/3, Tabor 3 2/3, Meredith with a 1-2-3 7th. There's a fastball, fouled away. Count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Getting late for the Larks. Boy, so hard to win this thing. 6 runner-up finishes in their history. The most by any organization who has not won a title. Got to the title game a year ago. Lost to that powerful Santa Barbara team 12-1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Missed it for ball 4. So a 1-out walk. That'll bring up Cade Tucker. But let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Larks Baseball. Cade Tucker, the batter now, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a ground out. He takes an 89-mile-per-hour fastball inside for ball 1. Hill will throw in the low 90s. Played 3 years at Murray State. His freshman year went 1-3 in 19 appearances. And another fastball. This one at 88 is inside for ball 2, 2-0. Made 24 appearances. Went 2-2 with a 4.44 ERA. Then this past spring, 8-1 with a 4.18 earned run average. 15 appearances, 14 as a start. And there's a check swing, and Tucker went around. 2 balls and a strike. Made his Larks debut on July 4th against the Colorado Springs Cage Rats. And gets another pitch across, this time an off-speed delivery. At 77, catches the outside corner. And the count now even 2-2 to Cade Tucker, trying to get aboard for the first time tonight. He's 0 for 4. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3 called. He got him with a breaking ball, just caught the outside corner. And there's 2 gone. So the Larks pitchers have combined to strike out 15 tonight, but they trail 7-1. Here's Case Pettis. He is 3 for 3 with a walk. Drove in 2. He had the big hit of the game. And a 2-run single in the 6th inning. And he takes a pitch low for ball 1. He also drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd. Singled and scored in the 5th. And he walked his first time up. So he's been aboard 4 times, 3 for 3. And he takes a 91-mile-per-hour fastball on the knees on the outside edge. And it's 1-1. That was a very difficult pitch for anyone to handle. Here's the 1-1. And it's a strike. Took something off of that one, and it's 1-2. Runner at first, 2 away. We're in the top of the 8th. 7-1 Kraken. They've out hit the Larks 10-2. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called. He got him on the inside corner. A changeup. And he strikes out 2 in the inning. We are through 7.5 here at X Stadium. 7-1 Kraken. This is Larks baseball from the NBC World Series.
In Kansas, the oil and gas business is often a family business that can span generations.
We're a 4-generation Kansas oil family.
Oil and gas revenue supports our ranching and farming operations through good years and bad.
We work together as good stewards of the land.
You might be surprised to know there hasn't been one drop of groundwater pollution from hydraulic fracturing in Kansas over the past 40 years. Get the facts about Kansas oil and natural gas.
Oil and natural gas keeps this Kansas family
strong.
Larks down to their final 6 outs of the night, of the season for that matter. They need to find some offense. They're down 7-1. Only 2 hits all night for the Larks, which is a low water mark for them. The previous low, twice they had only 4 hits in a game. And Damian Ruiz will lead it off, facing Taylor Pendley, and he fouls the first pitch away for strike 1. Pendley entered in the 7th. There's an off-speed pitch that catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-2. That was at 69 miles per hour with the breaking ball. Nothing in 2 to Ruiz, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Walked his first time up, a strikeout and a fly out to center. There's a ball. And fly out to center. Just got under one with the bases loaded to end the inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit hard right at the shortstop. It's caught by Chase Pendley, and there's 1 away. So 1 gone, and now Lenny Ashby. 0 for 3 tonight. Hit into an inning-ending double play in the first. Hit it hard, but lined out to the right fielder, Forrest. And then flied out to center. First pitch is a ball. Second offering is lined into center field. That'll be a base hit. So Lenny Ashby has his first hit of the game. Larks have their 3rd hit of the night. And so it's 1 on and 1 out. Larks need base runners as Tyler LaRue comes to the plate. And you got the meat of the lineup up here. If you're going to make a run and try to get back in this ball game, you figure it's now or never for the Larks. Tyler LaRue hit by a pitch his first time up, 0 for 2 tonight. 3 for 12 now in the World Series. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. One of the all-time great seasons in Larks history. Highest single-season slugging percentage. 2nd most home runs. 2nd best on-base percentage. Tied for 3rd most RBIs. And he takes a pitch upstairs for ball 2. Of course, you have a 6-run lead in the 8th. You don't want to give the Larks any momentum. You may take your chances by not giving LaRue a whole lot to hit. Here's the 2-0. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. It's been a consistent call strike on that outside corner, just catching the outer tip. That's pretty much been a strike all night long. Here's the 2-1, way outside and up. 3-1 now to LaRue, the senior from Houston Christian, son of former Major League catcher Jason LaRue, played for the Reds, the Royals, and the Cardinals. LaRue had quite a career, started out at Rice, went to Grayson College. Strike called on the outside corner. The count now full, 3-2. Then on to Houston Baptist, where he played the last 2 seasons. LaRue led the Larks at hitting a year ago. He broke a thumb in mid-July and did not play at the NBC World Series, and that was a big blow. And he draws a walk. So the Larks have 2 on now with 1 out. So that's the second walk given up tonight by Taylor Pendley, and that'll bring up John Sicoli. Sicoli walked in the second. He has flied to left and flied to center. So an 0 for 2 night, still looking for his first World Series hit, 0 for 12. Larks a chance here, down 7-1 in the 8th, 2 on with 1 out. The pitch to Sicoli. Breaking ball is inside, 1-0. Well, the Larks had a chance in the 5th when they loaded the bases with 2 outs. They couldn't score. Now they have first and second with 1 out in the 8th. Down 7-1. There's a strike. And again, 1-1. Beautiful evening, 78 degrees right now here in Wichita. Can't ask for better weather. Can the Larks come back? Here comes the pitch. There's a high pop-up. First base side, foul ground, and it'll be the first baseman, Tucker, to make the catch. And they get Sicoli for a big out. There's 2 away. 2 gone now for Garrett Gruhl. Gruhl singled his last time up and scored the only run. He's 1 for 2. A fly out and a strikeout. Now 3 for 15 here at the World Series. Bats from the right side against the left-handed pitcher, Taylor Pendley. After Justin Webster went 6 and left with a 7-0 lead. First pitch is low for ball 1. Larks only 3 hits tonight. Just 1 run. Both are season lows. There's the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. Got him with the breaking ball, 1-1. Austin Jaslove waits on deck. Larks down to their final 4 outs of the year. A great year it's been, 39-7. Here's the 1-1. Upstairs and away, 2-1. Gruhl, the sophomore at Murray State College in Oklahoma, headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Takes a breaking ball inside and now jumps ahead of the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Larks loaded the bases with 2 outs in the 5th inning, came away empty. Now a 3-1 count to Gruhl with runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch from Pendley, strike called on the outside corner, 3-2. Same location, just caught the outer edge, and now a full count to Garrett Gruhl. Trying to extend the inning. The pitch. Ground ball to third, and it's going to be fielded by Livingston. His momentum carrying him toward the bag, and he's able to get the force out of Ashby. And the inning comes to an end. The Larks strand 2. We go to the 9th here in Wichita. 7-1 Kraken. This is Larks baseball from the 89th NBC World Series.
As general manager of Mel Hamilton Ford for 11 years, I know what customers are looking for. Great service with certified technicians, a great sales experience with plenty of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, parts and other gear to take care of all your racing needs. So when you decide who you want to do business with, choose us, Mel Hamilton Ford, and experience the difference. Hey, you know what I'm always asking myself? Is work supposed to be this much fun?
Jet Lotus will come in and pitch for the Larks here in the top of the 9th inning. So Lotus will come in and pitch. He'll become the Larks' 5th pitcher of the night. Dylan Hill goes an inning. Did walk a batter, but able to work around it. So Jet Lotus, the junior from Yukon, Oklahoma, at the University of Oklahoma. He was the losing pitcher in relief against the Hutchinson Monarchs in the opener Friday night. Gave up 3 uncharacteristic runs on 4 hits and 3 1/3. Walked 2, struck out 3 through 59 pitches. Lotus had not allowed a run in his 10 prior appearances. 16 2/3 innings prior to giving up 3 in 3 1/3 on Friday. So he'll come in and pitch the 9th, try to keep the Kraken from getting any more runs and see if the Larks can work some magic in the bottom of the 9th inning. He'll have 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup, and the first pitch to Preston Curtis waved at and missed for strike 1. Curtis is 3 for 3 tonight. Has been aboard 4 times, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And he fouls one back. Falls behind 0-2. Curtis with 2 doubles and a single. An RBI double in the 5th and an RBI double in that 4-run 6th. And pushed a 3-0 lead to a 7-0 lead. It's 7-1 right now. Kraken have out hit the Larks 10-3. Neither team with an error. And a fastball at 89 up and in for a ball, 1-2 to Preston Curtis. Lotus had the 3rd lowest ERA in the RMBL this summer and the 4th most strikeouts. A 1.88 earned run average and a swing and a miss by Curtis, kind of an afterthought on a changeup. He got fooled on that one away. So another strikeout for the Larks. That is 17 strikeouts tonight by Larks pitching. In a 7-1 game, they're losing. There's a pitch up and away for ball 1. Jet Lotus 3-1 with 3 saves this summer. This is outing number 19, his 18th in relief, and falls behind here 2-0 to Wong. And now falls behind 3 balls and no strikes. The most strikeouts by the Larks this season. Pitch outside for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk after the strikeout. So 1 on with 1 out for the Kraken. It brings up Preston Newberry, who's now out in right field. Newberry came in for the pinch hit appearance in the 7th inning and got a base hit, an infield single, takes a strike 0-1. Livingston struck out 6, Tabor struck out 6, Meredith and Dillon Hills both struck out 2. Diving stop and a ground ball to third. LaRue to his feet, and he throws out Newberry. What a play by Larks third baseman Tyler LaRue, and you hear the crowd appreciate that one. That was a hard hit ball off the bat of Newberry, and a diving stop by the Larks third baseman Tyler LaRue, and was able to get to his feet and throw the runner out. It was a perfect strike. And there's 1-2 away. That was as nice of a defensive play you're ever going to see. I mean, that was very little reaction time for LaRue. And now hit off the end of the bat. Ball fouled back above the backstop and out of play by Kanan Mitchell for strike 1. So a runner at second with 2 outs now here in the top of the 9th inning. Larks down 7-1. They've been out hit 10-3. The 1 run, the 3 hits, both season lows. There's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball in there for a called strike to Mitchell, and the count now 0-2. Lotus looks in. Still looking in. Now he likes the sign, but time is going to be granted to the batter, Mitchell. The pitch clock was down to 3. Now they did not reset it. There's a pitch down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch clock just beyond the video board out in left field. There's the pitch. There's a high fly ball to left. Ruiz going back. He's at the wall, and that is gone. It's a home run for Caden Mitchell. He got a hold of that fastball, and he drives it out of here. A 2-run home run for Mitchell here in the top of the 9th inning. And it is now 9-1 in favor of the Kraken. Top of the order now, and Julian Gonzalez. So 9-1 Kraken. And there's a called strike. 0-1 to Gonzalez. That's the second home run Lotus has given up this season. Pitch misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. There's a little flare in the right field. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Gonzalez, who had struck out 4 times tonight, it's a base hit to right field. So a 1-for-5 night for Gonzalez brings up Chase Pendley. He is 3 for 5. The pitch goes behind the batter and all the way to the backstop. And Gonzalez moves to second base on the wild pitch. May have been a warning now by the umpire, Lance Vaughn. I thought I heard him say both teams. So I think that's a warning because the pitch went behind the batter. Now, I'm not sure Lotus intended it to go. Now we're going to have a chat with the Kraken third base coach with home plate umpire Lance Vaughn. A quick discussion. He'll move back to third. Two runs are in on the home run from Mitchell. Now a runner at second, but 2 away. 9-1 Kraken. Now time is called. 12 hits in the game for the Kraken. And the pitch bounces away from the catcher, and swiping third, or I guess a wild pitch, but moving over to third will be Gonzalez. So 2 wild pitches here in the inning, and now a runner at third with 1 out, and the count 2-0 to Chase Pendley. Swing and a miss at a high fastball at 92. 2-1 to Pendley. Singles in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th. He scored in the 3rd and 6th. Also stole a base. He is lined out, and he has struck out. And now he swings and misses, and the count evens 2-2. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Kraken. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Larks. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Lotus, but a 2-run homer from Mitchell, giving the Kraken some more insurance. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Larks need 8. They trail at 9-1 from the 89th NBC World Series in Wichita.
At Spirit, engineering is a key to defense success. Spirit Aerosystems engineers are leveraging commercial design-build expertise for defense programs. We move from design to development to the factory floor faster. At Spirit, engineers work with research and technology teams to develop new materials, apply factory automation, and build cost and production efficiencies into each project.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning here at X Stadium. Larks down 9-1 to the 5-tool Kraken. Taylor Penley, who came in the seventh inning, trying to get a 3-out save if he can protect this 8-run lead. Came in with a runner at first in the seventh inning. Got out of that inning, got out of a little bit of a jam in the eighth. It'll face the bottom third here in the ninth. Austin Jaslov, Peyton Ebbing, and Luis Garcia. First pitch, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Jaslov 0 for 3 tonight. He's fouled out to first, grounded out to short, and struck out his last time up. Swings and misses at a changeup, and he's down 0-2. Larks got to the championship game a year ago, but foul tip just got a piece of it. Did Jaslov to stay alive, and I went off the catcher. Another one off of Mitchell. Get to this time of the year, it's just so difficult. Give the Kraken credit. They had opportunities early and squandered them, but then took advantage of them a little bit later on. There's another foul ball on an off-speed pitch, but Jaslov just able to get a piece of it to stay alive at 0-2. 9 runs, 12 hits for the Kraken, 1 run, 3 hits for the Larks. The pitch. Fastball away. 1-2 to Jaslov. Outfield shaded toward left. And there's a swing and a miss. Jaslov down on strikes. So he struck out twice tonight, both against Penley. And there's one away. That's Penley's second strikeout. Kraken pitchers have only struck out 4. Now Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing got the first hit for the Larks with 2 outs in the 5th inning, and that was the crucial inning. Larks ended up loading the bases with 2 away but couldn't score, and there's a fastball strike, 0-1. Larks have had only 3 hits tonight. Gruel singled to lead off the 7th. And there's a ball, 1-1. And then Ashby had the 1-out single in the 8th. Larks have only had their leadoff batter aboard once. Pitch way up and away. 2-1 now to Peyton Ebbing. They haven't had a whole lot of base runners other than the 5th when they loaded them. And runners stranded at first and third in the 2nd. There's a strike. And it's 2-2 now to Ebbing. Retired in order in the 3rd and 4th. Loaded them in the 5th. Retired in order in the 6th. Got 1 on in the 7th and had 2 on in the 8th. They've stranded 8. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Peyton Ebbing. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. Ebbing stays alive at 2-2. The Great Bend Batcats and the Seattle Blackfins coming up in the late game tonight. Winner of that one will get the Seattle Studs. There's another pitch fouled away. So Ebbing's still alive. Five-tool is 2 outs away from facing the Kansas Cannons tomorrow. Another pitch fouled away. Good job here by Ebbing. It was a 69-mile-per-hour breaking ball, and Ebbing fights it off, battles to stay alive at 2-2. He's trying to get a second hit. Here's the pitch. Just outside for ball 3, so good battle here with 1 out by Peyton Ebbing. He's behind 2-1. Now it's a full count, 3-2. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Pitch. Grounded up the middle, off the back heel of the pitcher. It rolls towards second, and Peyton Ebbing has his second hit of the game. He has 2 of the Larks' 4 hits tonight. 2 infield singles. And now Luis Garcia. Garcia has walked twice and grounded out to first, so 0 for 1. No bad with 1 on and 1 out. Larks still breathing. They do need to put a lot more together here, but they're still battling. And there's a strike with a curveball, 0-1. Garcia walked, part of back-to-back walks that loaded the bases in that 5th inning in which the Larks failed to score. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Taylor Penley, and the lefty misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Larks' number 9 hitter, Luis Garcia. Here's a 2-0, off speed and away, 3-0. Larks need base runners, down 9-1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 3-0. Upstairs for, now it's 3-1 again. I should have trusted my score sheet. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 3-2. Garcia was headed to first, but gets called back. So now the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there's ball 4 up and away. So the Larks have 2 on with 1 out. It is a long shot, but they're still breathing. That's the 3rd walk given up by Penley. Nobody working in the bullpen. In fact, most of the Seattle Blackfins have converged in that left field bullpen. We're going to have a meeting on the mound. Quick chat with the pitcher, Taylor Penley. Justin Webster, the story though, 6 innings, 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 4, only struck out 2 through 84 pitches, but really other than that 5th inning when he got into that bases loaded jam with 2 outs, but he got the fly out of Ruiz. He had retired 11 in a row at one point. Then he went on to retire the next 4 before giving up the leadoff single in the 7th to Gruel, and that was his night. But boy, he pitched well after suffering the loss against Santa Barbara in their opener on Friday. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Trent Baker. Larks leadoff hitter 0 for 3 with a walk. He walked in that 5th inning to load the bases with 2 outs. First and second, 1 away for the Larks here in the bottom of the 9th. There's a pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for identification. This is Larks baseball. There's a line drive that's going to find its way into right field. Around third is Ebbing, and the throw will be cut off. It's an RBI single for Trent Baker, and the Larks make it a 9-2 ball game. Luis Garcia to second, still only 1 out. And that might do it for Taylor Penley and Will. We're going to have a pitching change. So Penley cannot get out of the 9th inning. He gives up a run, and the Kraken are going to bring in their 3rd pitcher of the night. We'll tell you about him when we return. 9-2 in favor of the 5-tool Kraken. We'll tell you about the pitching change when we return. You're listening to Larks Baseball from the World Series on KFIX.
And I have had a student in this very class.
Jay was drawing something up.
Bryce McClain will come, or Bryce McCain, I should say, will come in and pitch for the Kraken, who now lead at 9-2, and the right-hander will face Damian Ruiz. First pitch strike, there a ball, 1-1. Sidearm delivery from the right-hander, missing away, 2-1 now. Kane 6'2", 185, Oklahoma State product, looks back to second. Fastball fouled back, and a count 2-2 to Damian Ruiz. Taylor Penley gives up 3 hits and 2 1/3. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Gave up a run, and the base runner still his responsibility. Walked 3, struck out 1. There's a swing and a miss, and Ruiz down on strikes. And the Larks down to their final out of the year. First and second, 2 away for Lenny Ashby. So Penley, 2 1/3, 1 run, 3 hits, couple of strikeouts, 3 walks, but 2 runners still his responsibility. And now Lenny Ashby, the last hope for the Larks. Singled his last time up, 1 for 4, and takes a fastball to the outside corner at 91 for strike 1. Bryce McCain pitched against Sandlot the other night. Here's a fly ball to center. Curtis going back. He's under it. He'll make the catch. And the inning is over, and the season is over for the Hayes Larks. They fall tonight to the Kraken by a final score of 9-2. So the 5-tool Kraken will move on to face the Kansas Cannons tomorrow at 6 o'clock. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for 5-tool. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Larks. It was a well-played, clean game, but the Kraken able to get the bats going. They squandered some opportunities early, but able to take advantage of them down the stretch. And they end up knocking off the Larks tonight, who have a great season, ended 39-8. They go 2-2 here at the NBC. The Kraken are now 2-2 and move on to the quarterfinals tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, the feature game against the Kansas Cannons. That'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. We certainly appreciate everybody watching along the NBC YouTube channel. Gerard Welbrock, glad to bring it to you. Hope you enjoyed it as 5-tool advances on to the quarterfinals as they knock off the Larks tonight by a final of 9-2. We'll take a break. Our postgame begins next on 96.9 KFIX. Hell, I don't know. Let me look here. Honestly, I'll trust you guys. Pick out what you want. 9, 10, 2, 5. Well, the Larks season coming to an end here tonight as they fall to the 5-tool Kraken out of Dallas by a final score of 9-2. Not the way the Larks were hoping to see their season end. It was such a good season, but you had a feeling this night could be coming. The Larks were just so depleted with injury and departures for various reasons, and that's part of summer baseball. It happens everywhere, and it becomes a battle of attrition, and the Larks unable to replace all of those parts. They had battle injuries really all summer long. It kind of started shorthanded, and it ended shorthanded. Remember, they were, 15 players basically to start the season up in Nebraska, battled through it, and just didn't have enough pieces here down the stretch. Not as much pitching depth as they would like, although I don't really feel that was a big issue in this ball game and really in the World Series. And give the Kraken credit. They had some opportunities early. They let them squander, and a lot of times you see a team do that, and they can't come back and win, but they were able to do so. 2 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and then a big 4-run sixth inning against Preston Tabor, who really had pitched pretty well in relief, but the Kraken able to get the job done. They get the victory. They're 2-2 in the tournament, and they move on to the quarterfinals tomorrow night against the Kansas Cannons. So the Denver Cougars, the lone hope, they finished third in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League, and they've got a tough challenge with Santa Barbara tomorrow. But another hopeful run for the Hayes Larks ends in the first round of bracket play here tonight as they fall by a final score of 9-2. We'll hopefully talk with manager Frank Leo. We'll see. Always tough this time of the year. Final game, a lot of goodbyes for everybody. So their post game usually takes a little bit longer. But another great season, and even though it doesn't end the way you want, 39-8 the final record for the Larks. They won another Rocky Mountain Baseball League championship, their 4th in 4 years. So the Larks have another great year, but unfortunately for them, their season comes to an end, losing to the Kraken here tonight, 9-2. We'll take a break. More to come from X Stadium. This is Larks Baseball on 96.9 KFIX.
Presenting the award tonight for our winner is Katie Woods, representing the National Baseball Congress and the NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Todd Keeney, president of the Liberal BJs. Bill Pintar, manager of the Santa Barbara Foresters. And the father of our recipient tonight, Tom Cruiseberry. This year's recipient is Liberal BJs catcher, Preston Cruiseberry. Despite these barriers, Kristen has learned to be vocal and communicate with others about his hearing loss. Finding comfort in any situation, including college baseball. Kristen is preparing for his junior season at Gainesville University.
And that was a great play by Damian Ruiz out in right field. That came with the bases loaded in the third inning, and obviously we knew it was going to be a big play at the time, but fortunately the Larks just could not get the bats going tonight, and it ended up not mattering because the Kraken were able to score 9 runs, but at the time that kept the Larks in the ball game. They were only down 2-0 at that point, but just could never get the bats going tonight. 5 hits. Not a season low, but close. 4 was their season low, and only 2 runs in the ball game tonight. So it was a struggle offensively for the Larks, and just one of those nights that couldn't get the bats going. And had some guys who'd been hitting it well, couldn't get the bats going here in Wichita, at least not to the level they had been doing. But give credit to the Kraken; they pitched it well. They got a great start from Webster, and get the victory here over the Larks, 9-2. We will take another break, give you some more totals. So the Larks fall tonight to the Kraken, 9-2. You're listening to Larks Baseball on 96.9 KFIX. How many more breaks? Is this my last one?